What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of The Rundown, the channel where we talk about boxing, football, basketball, and other life topics. This is your boy, Uncle Money, and I'm here with my boy,
AP, co-host of The Rundown, back at it again. Hit the bell icon, like, comment, subscribe, and let's get it. All right, so we at the back at it again with the back at it, and we got. I know Uncle Mooney, you dropped me with the scene of the fresh and fit going on these social media platforms, these back at it news as we trying to get at you with this fresh and fit right now with this escort getting one pregnant. Oh, this is ridiculous. City boys lost.
Man. We that. Well, you know what? I ain't even gonna consider them city boys, man. But look, y'all probably already know what the deal is. Fresh got this quote unquote escort, sex worker, whatever the hell she is. We know she's an IG thought. That's all. We do know that for a fact. He got her pregnant, and this is an L for Fresh because these guys are supposed to be preaching to men to avoid these types of women, yet they are dealing with the exact type of women that they claim to hate. They also talk about how they dislike single moms, yet here we are creating single moms.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up.
So, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, what's going on, man? Why? And you rich too, man. So you got more to lose.
I feel like if you have a podcast that you're trying to set responsibility for men, you can't just it really just seems like you're trying to bash women. And I really use that thing, that trend of bashing women lightly because sometimes it gets overused. But what they're doing is it's kind of like with the Passport Bros. Like, you talk about you want these traditional women, but then you create them as modern women. Like, we're creating these women based on that we downgrading. Like, we can't say that, we're bashing single moms, but we're creating single moms. Like, and then you have a whole text thread and begging her to drop the kid and everything like that. But why are you smashing this girl with no protection?
Bitch, what? Oh my God.
We have all the sorts of protection. We have more protection than anybody in any modern day history. And you even said that on the Fresh and Fit podcast before. I've seen that on one of their clips, that you've said that we have all these protections, but you don't use anything with a girl that's an Instagram model or escort or OnlyFans, or any girl that's doing any kind of sex work. You're not going to use protection? That doesn't make sense. I just feel like now it's like they're doing it for views. And you're saying this podcast is to uplift men, to get them more aware, but you making the stupid mistakes that you're it's just crazy. Like, how can you?
The thing with Fresh, I've always felt, and not just me, but a lot of people, we've always felt that he is the weak link of the duo. I mean, you take Myron for example, and I'm not trying to up or down anyone. I'm just speaking from my observation with Myron. He was former law enforcement, college athlete. He's a good debater. He can be harsh, but hey, it is what it is. And I feel he has a lot of skills and stuff. And he works out, he's into fitness. Whereas Fresh, I mean, I don't really see what he really brings to the table. Like, he does networking, which is how he gets the guests, but that's what they say. I don't know. But I don't
seem like the assistant.
I wouldn't even say that. Somebody, look, I'm gonna tell you a funny story, right? They do their callers where they can let callers come in and critique them. Somebody from the callers said that Fresh can be replaced with AI.
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
I mean, the thing is that Myron, he's on his P's and Q's. I mean, he makes mistakes too, but he is a weak link. Fresh is a weak link. He's not. It sounds good, fresh and fit, but you can just call it fit and something because
you can call it the Myron Gaines show. You know what I'm saying?
Because he's not.
It's just. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying he's more emotionally intelligent. He's more. He has logical points. He can think when he talks. He's not. he's kind of weighing it down because like Fresh Fit will come and have. I've seen clips. I'm not saying I follow their show that often. But I've seen clips. Now
Yeah,
they also
I
seen a
do.
couple of their shows, like the full shows. But he's more analytical when he talks. He
Yeah.
wants to take his opinion and make sure you understand it, and
Mhm.
he stands on his opinion. But like
Yeah.
it seems like
And he
Fresh
backs
right now
everything with data.
with
Yeah,
data.
go ahead and fresh you.
And Fresh right now seems like he just riding the coattail right now. Like he's a
That's
friend that
yeah.
he put him on. He's like, I put you on so
Yeah,
you can make some money with me.
that's really what that is because like I said, there was one episode when Myron had to in the middle of the show, Myron had to like leave. I think there was like some mechanical stuff, some sound stuff that went bad. So Myron had like dipped out. So Fresh was hosting the show by himself. He had like DJ Academics, Mike Rashid, I think Brandon Carter was on it, and a bunch of them, them bitches on there. And like the show was a complete like mess. Like Fresh couldn't keep it under control. And that's when we really saw that Myron is definitely the guy that he is the show. He manages the show. Fresh is kind of just there.
Yeah, not only, and I've seen like the stuff that they use is kind of going to be used against you. Like you're kind of devaluing the show's point of what you said the show's point is, even though I don't think that's
Exactly.
the point of the show. But also
Yeah.
like they use this alpha male and beta male sometimes, and it seems like if you want to use that terminology, I don't like that terminology. I feel like an alpha knows he's out. It's just you don't have to state it. But
Yeah.
if you want to use that terminology, it seems like Fit is the alpha and Fresh is the beta. Like because of just
Yeah.
some of the stuff that they talk about, it's
Yeah.
like you're contradicting yourself crazy, and you're giving. I mean, good thing you're giving us content to talk about, but other than that, it's just like,
Yeah.
come on now, like you can't talk
And I
about
like
single moms. You just can't if
yeah.
you're doing this.
And like the thing, and I think that's I do like a lot of the stuff they talk about. My friend Micah, shout out to you, Micah. He just had a boxing match in Atlanta a few weeks ago. Shout out to you. He got a YouTube channel, by the way. He hates Fresh and Fit. He be putting hit pieces on them, man. That's gonna be hilarious. But
Yeah.
the thing, like you said, man, like they're not practicing. And you know what? It ain't even just Fresh and Fit. It's a lot of I got a problem with a lot of these influencers now. There was a point in my life when I was lost and I would go to these influencers for life advice. And my girl would always tell me how like these guys are full of shit. And I was like, no, they're all right. And now I'm at the point, and she's gonna watch this and she's gonna say, I told you so. But anyway, I'm at the point now where I see all these influencers, all these guys, and they're all full of shit. Mother every last one of those influencers. Because at the end of the day, they're just a bunch of people that tell you what you should and shouldn't do. And it's like, first of all, I'm a grown ass man. I do what the fuck I want to do. If I want to play a fucking video game, I'm gonna play a fucking video game.
Chill on
You know
the
what I'm saying?
F-bombs.
Okay, if I censor it out, just censor it out.
Yeah.
If I want to, if I want to fly a kite, I'm gonna fly a kite. But these guys, they act like they're God, and they're not. And as you see with Fresh and Fit, they're doing the exact same thing they always tell us not to do. Which why are you having unprotected sex with this escort or whatever she is? Why? Come on, man. You got to be better than that.
Yeah, I mean, these influencers, like, you have to practice what you preach. If you're having a channel, I mean, like, for me, I have a channel, Dad Vibes. You got to check that out with AP. But it's like, I'm not going to be it's not a show. Either you're a good dad or you're not. Either you're uplifting dads or you're not. If you're going to
Right.
uplift guys, either you have to practice what you preach. You have to walk a certain way. You have the cameras on you now. Like, if you're going to be this guy that says what men can get with, who men should do, build up, what kind of women we should have standards. It's like, we can't have, like, just because you got money don't mean that you are this valuable dude or you have standards now. Because if you move with it like your money doesn't enhance what you're not or what you are. And with like Fresh, like you can't, or even influence that like Derek Jackson and all this stuff. Like,
don't get me started on that dude. Don't get me started on that clown. But go ahead.
Like what they do is they say words to either aggravate women and to get men on their sides, or they get stuff that get women on their side and aggravate men. It's just a money game to them. And it's really just like, it's bull. I mean, you can't say F single women and then all of a sudden, or single moms, or women don't have value when you're creating the problem. It just doesn't make sense. You can't be the problem or creating the problem and then preach that this is
Right.
a problem. It's just you have to give us
Yeah.
solutions. That's a logical man, masculine man does. He has solutions,
Right.
and he knows he so holds himself accountable. And you hold yourself accountable in front of the camera and off the camera. Because what Fresh did on those text messages and those video threads, well, please don't, no, you had this kid, you made this kid, you knew she wanted your money, you knew she wanted this stuff, you knew there's a possibility of all this stuff that's going to happen to you if you got her pregnant, and you decided to not use protection, which you could have used.
Right.
It's only cost maybe
Could've.
$14, $10. I don't know where you're at, but go buy a box. Is that
Exactly.
hard?
I don't get it, man. Like, I know it feels good without it, but at the end of the day, man, like, look, this, like I said, I'm not a father. I've never got anyone pregnant. I've never had a pregnancy scare. I can count on maybe one or two hands of unprotected because, like, I'm very cautious on that stuff. But, like, at the end of the day, man, like, you can't just be raw dogging. If you're not in an exclusive relationship with somebody that you trust, then you should not be raw dogging just different chicks. If you're, if you're single doing your thing, you should not be raw dogging anybody. Like, I don't care, man. Even if she's on birth control, you still shouldn't be because she may have AIDS.
Yeah, like my like even like my ex that we was together for 5 years, we had a child out of it, and we was together for 5 years, and
Yeah,
we thought it was gonna be a future. She was my ex fiance, but the thing is, I'm not here creating single moms on purpose. We had a game
right,
plan, and it just didn't work out. But that's the thing
right.
is that people. Like, I had to state that because people might look at the Instagram. What are you single dad?
Right.
What's going on? But state the situation, and we healthy co-parent. But the thing is that I'm not here. If I have a situation, I'm gonna be an active father. I'm going to be in the child's life. I'm not going to beg on it because that's my. If I'm the one who created the situation, or we created the situation, I have to deal with the consequences, regardless of
Right,
if it works out or it doesn't. But I'm not going to be
right,
over here with a chick that's not my girl, that I haven't had built a foundation with, that and then all of a sudden we only knew each other for 6 months, and then all of a sudden no, it doesn't make sense. That's
mm,
irresponsible. Um,
right.
that's just irresponsible.
Like
Like,
like
you
my
be a
parents.
man.
Like my parents. Whoopsie. But yeah, I agree, man. Like, I've been fortunate to never have any of that. Like early in my 20s, I wasn't really getting girls, so I didn't have much of this issue. And even throughout mid 20s and late 30s, I don't really have this type of issue or anything. But whenever I do my business, and I'm going to protect myself because at the end of the day, I'm not looking to have kids right now, and I'm not looking to have AIDS anytime at all. And
Yeah,
it's
because
just
there's
called
other stuff
being
that goes with it.
responsible.
That's another thing. There's other stuff that goes with it. Like, there's other STDs, there's AIDS, there's so many things that's more that can kill you. So, like,
Yeah,
this whole notion, like,
yeah,
wrap it up. That's what
right.
wrap it up. I might put the leave
Wrap it
logo.
up.
Wrap it up, please. Like, it doesn't make sense.
Wrap
Like,
it
why
up.
are you doing this? And Fresh and Fit, like, Fresh, I can't say Fresh because you have to do better if you're gonna be on this manosphere podcast that you're saying. You're doesn't make sense. You're held accountable on and off the camera. If and Fit, you maybe need to rethink about your partner in crime, because it's not
Mm,
the first time.
yeah.
He shows consistency of not helping you out on the show, and you just call it
Myron's
Fresh and Fit.
loyal. Myron is loyal. I don't think he's gonna, because
I
I think he's
know.
one of those dudes that's loyal.
But you could put him on another part of the scene. You know what I'm saying? Like, put him on, like, being the recruiter or the co-producer or something. Because I mean, at the end of the day, you can't. It's going to hurt the branding of your show. I'm not trying to tell you how
Mhm.
to run your business, but that's eventually, I'm starting to see a lot of people taking clips of your shows and saying you're contradicting yourself, and that's
Yeah.
not the first time this happened. Even Marvin buys said he bots chicks before. That's crazy. Like,
Myron had a situation where allegedly he got a girl pregnant, I think it turned out false or something, but even Myron effed up one time. But I mean, like I said, like at the end of the day, like for everybody, we should stop like worshiping these influencers. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, take some
Facts.
of the good stuff, but they're at the end of the day, they're not God. And a lot of these, what you see on the internet is not a reflection of what's in real life. Most of these people on the internet, this ain't nothing to do with Fresh and Fit. It's just all these influencers on the internet. They come on the internet and they make it seem like that they're living this amazing life, but in reality, they don't live this amazing life. A lot of them probably are broke, you know what I'm saying? Or, they don't get women like they claim they do. And like I said, I've cut two people off. One is, the editor, he's one. I doubt he'll watch this, but if he does, whatever. And the other person, they both may watch the show. I don't give a damn. But, they come on social media like they're just the ish, and then that we talked about that off camera. So yeah, people on the internet are garbage, man.
But two is like you have to get out there in real life, get real life experience. I can tell you, I never had a problem getting women, but the thing is that what's shown on social media is not what happens in real life. There's good people,
Facts.
men and women. Yes, there's single moms, but there's single dads and there's single people. Like at the end of the day, it's not just use discernment. Take your time, get to know the person. There's not all these horror stories because some of these a lot of scripted about dating and spending money and this and like that. Like there's women that want to get to know you. Just go outside, go check it out. Yes, there's a lot of stuff on social media going out because it's posted by the same person everywhere and around the world, and it gets recirculated. But there's some good women out there. There's some good dudes out there. Just take your time to get to know them and to make sure they like you for who you are. But at the end of the day, it's like go get real life experience. Don't go into dating. Yeah, you just tell if somebody's being manipulative or something like that. But just take some of the good stuff you maybe get for social media, but don't let that paint your reality. Basically, that's all I'm saying. Don't let it paint your reality because you need to get real life experience. And then after you collected that data, then use maybe something about standing your ground, create your boundary, build your own value. But having a predetermination of how women are or men are before you even get to know one single individual, you're not going to have a successful dating life at all. So just go get your own knowledge, man. And you can't Google it. You have to go outside and meet somebody.
Go out there. Yeah. That's what it's about, real life.